Hello everyone, we will now see our next tutorial, that is material import from CAD. So in this tutorial we will see a functionality called as import from CAD, and we will see how one can use this functionality to assign a material model in your solid or shell element attribute. So let's first see the CAD model. You can see on my screen I have opened a 2 cube assembly in Creo. So these are the two parts, that is block 1 and block 2, and we want to assign different material to these two blocks. So for that, first we will add the CAD parameter. So all of you know how to add that. So for that we need to go here in the tree column, just add a tree column here. So I'll just give name as mat name to my CAD parameter. I'll just click on apply and I'll just click OK. So this way I have added a CAD parameter called as mat name. Now what I want is I want to assign a different material to my block 1 and different material to block 2. So I'll just assign the value under this CAD parameter. So for block 1 maybe I'll just assign steel 1430, and for block 2 maybe I'll just assign steel 2340. So I want to have a two different material to these two parts. So I have assigned steel 1430 and steel 2340 against these two parts under the CAD parameter mat name. I'll just save my CAD model, and this way we are done from the CAD modeling point of view. So the first step is to add a CAD parameter and assign the value to your CAD part against that CAD parameter. So I have assigned steel 1430 and steel 2340 as my value against the CAD parameter. Again, one can use any number of material in your CAD model as per your requirement. So you can assign different material to your different CAD part based on the requirement. You have to just give the respective value in this column against your CAD part. So with this we are done from the CAD modeling point of view. Let's now see the details of abstract model file. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file. Now this abstract model file does not contain any attribute related to material. So firstly we will create those material attribute. So all of you know that to create the material attribute one need to click on this global class, then in the problem definition one need to go in the create, then just click on the material model mat1 and specified. So this will open the material attribute editor and we can put the respective material properties here in this attribute. So I'll just give name to this attribute, that is steel 1430. Please note that the name of this attribute should match with the name we have given in the CAD model against the CAD parameter. So you must be remembering that we have given steel 1430 and steel 2340 in our CAD model, that is against the mat name CAD parameter. For block 1 we used the steel 1430 and for block 2 we used steel 2340. So those names should be there to your material attribute. So I'll just give the same name here, that is steel 1430. Then I'll just put some material properties like young modulus, maybe 206,000. After that I'll just put Poisson's ratio, that is 0.3, and I'll just click on apply and close. Similarly I'll create one more attribute for another material, that is steel 2340. So I'll just go in the create material model mat1 specified. I'll just give name as steel 2340. As I said earlier, the name of the attribute should match with the name of the value which you have given in your CAD model. So we have used this steel 2340 against the CAD parameter for block 2. So that naming I'll use for this material attribute. After that, maybe I'll just put young modulus, maybe some other modulus of elasticity. I'll just use Poisson's ratio, maybe 0.3 only, and I'll just click on apply and close. So this way I have created a material attribute, and the name of the material attribute should match with the naming of the values which you have given in your CAD model against the CAD parameter. Now all of you know that we refer this material attribute in the solid element attribute. So we will now see how to refer that. So for that I'll just open my solid element attribute. So you can see here this is the attribute editor for solid element. Maybe I'll just give name as element set steel here. After that we need to set up the material model. So in the material model we have three options available, that is set value, import from CAD and import from material element. So for this tutorial I'll just use import from CAD because we want to import the material from the CAD model. After that we need to give the CAD parameter name. So I'll just keep mat underscore name here. So you must be remembering that in the Creo we have added a CAD parameter with name as mat underscore name. So that parameter name we have to give here. After that, in the material model you can see we have not set up anything. So currently it is nothing, and we will see what happens to this field when we create the simulation model. So this is how one need to set up the solid or the shell element attribute in order to use import from CAD functionality. I'll just click on apply and close, and we will now see what happens to this attribute when we will create our simulation model. Just note that we have created only one solid element attribute here in the abstract model file. Let's now create the simulation model. So for that, everybody knows we have to click on this icon, that is simulation model. Then it will ask me for the CAD model which is to be linked with the abstract model file. So I'll just select this 2-cube assembly. I'll click on open. My simulation model will get ready now. So you can see here on my screen, simulation model is now ready. Let's now see what happens to our solid element attribute in the model tab. So in the model tab, if I just expand this solid element attribute, then you can see here it is splitted into two attributes based on your SCOM. So I'll just open this first attribute, and if I expand this attribute, then you can see here under the material model this till 1430 is automatically assigned or automatically referred here. So earlier there was nothing, that is no material model was specified, but now you can see still 1430 is automatically referred against this volume, that is volume 1, which is representing our block 1 part. Now what exactly software did is, so in this attribute we are seeing that import from CAD, and we have given a CAD parameter name as mat underscore name. So software is actually looking for the values in our CAD model against this CAD parameter name. So now for this part, that is block 1, software knows that we have given still 1430 as a value against this CAD parameter name, and that value software looks in our abstract model file against the material attribute. So you know that we created a material attribute with the same name, that is still 1430. So software has picked that material attribute and it is referring here automatically once both of these two things get matched. So same way it will happen for all the CAD parts with this functionality, that is import from CAD. Maybe I'll just close this attribute and we'll see another attribute, that is volume 2 here. And if I expand this and if I see now material model, now this material model is different, that is steel 2340. So again, what software did is software just searched the values in the CAD model against this CAD part and it found steel 2340 there. Then it looked for the material attribute having the same name, and that material attribute is automatically referred against the material model. So this way, with the help of input from CAD functionality, you can create one solid element attribute and you can assign different material in your CAD model, and software will assign the respective material model to your CAD part. So there is no need to create a multiple solid element attribute, but with one attribute you can achieve the same thing. Now, let's say your CAD model contains 50 parts and all those 50 parts are having different material. Then what you can do is you can create a single solid element attribute and you can use this functionality, that is input from CAD, and software will automatically assign those 50 material model to the respective 50 parts. So that's all about this functionality. I hope everybody has understood this. If you are still having any question or queries, then please feel free to contact at support@novusnexus.com and we'll get back to you accordingly. Now we will meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.